There's a new manager at Cardiff City, with Russell Osman appointed on Monday. His new team couldn't match leaders Fulham at the weekend, watched at Ninian Park by Bob Simmons.
First corner of the game then goes to Fulham after just 40 seconds. Robbie Herrera, certainly been one of their stars, coming up from a wing-back position. Quickly taken in to Watson. Into the box towards the far post. Must be a goal. It is. Eckhart in trouble, losing it. So Scott has a shooting chance. Penalty surely. So it's Mark Blake then, doubling Fulham's lead. Tony Philliskirk, number 11, over the ball. White drives, gets it in. One back for Cardiff City then from Steve White.
Wigan stay third after a convincing win over Hereford at Springfield Park. Spaniard Roberto Martinez opened his account for this term with a typically cool finish. The Atletic's goals are coming mainly from record signing Graham Jones, and he extended Wigan's lead with number 14 just before the break. Wigan won 3-0 at Carlisle last week, and their third on Saturday came from Colin Greenall's header. Hereford pulled one back through Phil Preedy to spark hopes of a comeback. But 9 minutes later, Andy Saville marked his home debut with a goal, and Wigan's 8th home win out of 9 was assured. Carlisle stayed just behind Wigan despite failing to break their duck at Northampton. They'd never won there and fell behind to a strike by Sean Parrish early in the second half. The celebration started as pure Ravanelli and then developed into something quite different. Paul Conway equalised soon after, but after skipper Steve Hayward was sent off, Carlisle had to hang on for their point. Comeback of the day came at the McCain Stadium. Fifth place Scarboro looked set for a club record of 10 league matches without defeat, and Gary Bennett scrambled home the first. And 7 minutes later, Andy Ritchie made it 2-0 with an excellent free kick. Few would have given struggling Hartlepool much hope of a comeback, despite Stephen Howard's header 10 minutes before the break. But caretaker boss Mick Tate clearly gives a good half-time talk, and Pool's luck began to turn with David Clegg's deflected equaliser. There was nothing fortunate about Stephen Halliday's strike, which put the North-Easterners in front. And his second of the game clinched their first win in 9 and Scarborough's first home league defeat. Tate must now have every chance of landing the job on a permanent basis. Terry Bullivant is back at Underhill as coach, and Sean Devine is still scoring goals. His 10th of the season gave Barnet the lead on Saturday. But after that, the Londoners made hard work of beating a Rochdale side who hadn't won away all season. Alan Pardew turned the ball into his own net just before the break. And substitute John Deary benefited from Steve Whitehall's persistence to put Dale in front. The lead lasted just 3 minutes, before more good work by Devine enabled Paul Hardiman to fire Alan Mullery's side level. And Rochdale were denied the point they probably deserved 12 minutes from time, when Barnet were awarded a penalty. Paul Wilson did the honours, and Barnet move up to 8th. Another managerial casualty was confirmed on Sunday when Darlington parted company with Jim Platt. They've dropped to 23rd in the table, and their 5th defeat in the last 6th came at Sinsel Bank, where Lincoln prepared for Tuesday's Coca-Cola Cup visit of Southampton with a convincing win. A goal in each half from John Whitney did the damage, and it's now 4 straight wins for John Beck's side. No goals between Chester and Hull, but a great win for Doncaster in the Yorkshire derby at Scunthorpe. Colin Cram put Doncaster ahead after just 8 minutes. A superb strike on the hour mark from Phil Clarkson brought the home side level, his 7th goal of the season. But Scunthorpe crashed to their third straight defeat after Doncaster were awarded a dubious-looking penalty. Cram made no mistake from the spot. The protests continue at Brighton, where a fans' boycott produced a gate of only 1,900 for Saturday's game with Mansfield, who went ahead through Steve Harper's first-half effort. Some of those who hadn't come through the turnstiles made an unexpected entry at half-time to call for Chairman Bill Archer to go. If they stayed, they'll have seen Brighton snatch a point late on with a penalty. Denny Mundy on target for the second week running.
The top three won, so Fulham stay 4 points ahead of Cambridge, but Wigan in third are now 5 points clear of Carlisle in fourth. Scarboro and Torquay were both beaten at home. Brighton drew, but they slipped further behind at the bottom because Hartlepool won. Darlington dropped to 91st in the league. Exeter move above Leyton Orient.